Yo, what's up guys, it's Sanjito. I'm just gonna start this video by saying that we are getting close to 100 subscribers, so thanks a lot to everyone who's already subscribed. Make sure to subscribe so that we get to 100 subscribers real soon. I know we can do it. So with that out of the way, I'm going to be explaining and giving tips on how I made it to the top 100 in survival games. The Hive Bedrock 2021. I'm gonna start off this video by saying that I'm not the best player in survival games, and if you watch my streams you can really see that I'm a decent player, maybe like a little bit over average, because I am able to win a lot, but I don't think you need to be an II elf to be in the top leaderboards. You just have to play a lot, and given the time. Before this month, I only had 6 wins in survival games, so that means I wasn't very experienced at playing Minecraft on keyboard. I used to play Treasure Wars with my friends just for fun, and I was a complete noob. Like, you never seen a noob as me, okay? And that's where I started. Then I got the Fate client. I started putting in some time, playing a lot, and at some point I was like, wow, I'm getting good. So I started really dominating people, really getting the wins, grinding them real well. And then, in the beginning of the month, when it was very early, everyone had like 30 wins, Sped Red actually got on the leaderboards. I was like, oh wow, it's possible. I could maybe get on it too. So I started grinding. Not too much, but I was slowly catching up to the 100th player, slowly getting up there. And then at some point, bam, I made it in. I really made it in. And I'm a decent player. I just played a lot. And it's my first month, because if you go look at my stats, they aren't really good, because at the start I lost a lot of wins, but right now my win-lose ratio is a lot better, and yeah, I improved. So what I'm thinking right now is that if me, a decent player, can get in the top 100, I'm sure you watching this video can do it too, and I'm gonna show you the tricks, I'm gonna show you the ropes, I'm gonna show you the ways to make it to the top and win your games. So for starting the tips, how I see survival games is that people play only 2 ways, okay? There's the first way that you loot up by eliminating people, so the whole game you just chase after people, and that's my strategy. I'm actually part of those. But your win rate playing that strategy is actually a lot lower, because it happens that you just run up on someone that has much better loot than you, and you're just there because you're just trying to get more kills and just get better loot, so you just attack him and get eliminated. So that's like a very risky type of way to play, but it's like funner in my opinion. But then there's the other way, which is actually looting up. There are people that load up survival games, just hop in the game, and then they run to the edge of the map and start looting the whole map, or maybe not the edge, but they just loot up the whole game. Then at the end they have diamonds on diamonds, and they have diamond swords, they have full iron and stuff like that. So there's 2 ways of playing survival games, but what I recommend is playing a mix of the 2. So I'd say at the start of the game, it depends what you get at mid. If you get good stuff like a diamond sword and like a bit of chainmail, I'd say you should chase people right off the bat and start trying to take all the loot, because you're actually gonna get full armor. I can guarantee you, if you chase people for the start, you're just gonna get full armor real easy. But if you get bad loot, I recommend you just running until no one's behind you, and then you start looting, and then you go running for people, because if you attack people when you don't have the better loot, you're gonna get eliminated. That's what happens to me a lot. So that's why you should go loot before attacking when you don't have the good loot. My next tip is to not attack people when they have better loot than you. Your chances of survival will be a lot greater if you just stick to your loot, and if you see someone has better loot than you just don't go towards them, or you just stay away, or you run if they're close enough and they're chasing you. That is unless they have their back turned against you and you can just come and take their diamond sword. I take opportunities like that, like cookies. Like I really love those, and sometimes I even fight people that have better armor than me, because I just want their armor and get an upgrade. So that's when you play really aggressive, and so I think I'm pretty decent at fighting, so I'm able to even come on top against people that have better armor than me. And sometimes the difference is really minimal, but you just get an extra hit and then the other guy, and you just get the kill before. So sometimes you can try it, but just be careful when you do it, because if you see it's a good player, like if he has II elf on top of his head, like don't try, man. Another thing that I'm thinking about is that the less aggressive you are, the higher your win rate will be, because the lower chances you have of dying. So basically, if you go loot up the whole game and you get good loot, and then you fight at the end and you have the superior loot than everyone, sometimes something could happen that the 2 last guys or the 3 last guys will target you because you have better loot, but you can still deal with that. And you see what I mean? If you attack people constantly, you have a higher chance of losing. It's just math. So for this part, I'm going to be talking about hours, because there is a very significant thing that happens in different hours. There are better players that play at certain hours, and some hours just have no good players on, so it's really easy to farm the wins. And I recommend you just experimenting, like playing survival games on your own at different hours, and then you'll find one that players are really less good, because there is an hour that like everyone's working, so all the like adults, all the old people, they're not on, so you can just play and you only end up playing against noobs. So if once you experiment and you find the good time, I recommend you always playing on that time, because that's just beneficial to you. You're just going to be making more wins, doing more wins. You're going to get higher in the leaderboards. So that's another tip I recommend, finding an hour that there's not a lot of people, so that's good, and it helps you to get more wins. It is okay to play solos in survival games, but there's a high chance that you will get bored after a little while, because it's kind of boring always doing the same thing. Like the human mind is like that. Like if you're always doing the same thing every day, you'll just get bored and get depressed. So what I recommend you doing is to get a friend or a partner that you can meet on the Hive server on Discord or something, that you just grind duos with him, because it's funner to be talking with someone, to be vibing at the same time, listening to music, because playing solos can get very long and boring, but with a partner it's definitely funner. So that's what I recommend. And also with a partner, when you get eliminated, your partner can sometimes clutch up for you, so it ups your chance of winning, and that's very good, because you're trying to get the most wins possible, and that's great. Getting in the leaderboards is a big question of dedication. Are you dedicated to playing every day an hour or two just to maintain your spot? Are you dedicated to play Minecraft a lot? Like, it's really something that you just need to put in a lot of time and effort, and you'll make it. Like, just by playing you get better, and you can just learn how to strafe and all that and combo, and it's something that you can learn while playing, which is great. And honestly, I'd recommend you just playing a lot to get in the leaderboards, because I know you would make it like that. There you go, that's how I made it in the leaderboards, and how you can make it too. I'm gonna just remind you guys that I'm closing in on 100 subscribers, and it would be really great if we can get there soon. Like, it's such a good, like, I'm so happy to have you guys always arriving to my streams, and it's so supporting, and thanks everyone for being there. And see you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video or the next stream. Peace.